They are the unsung heroes of the shadows, the elite, the daring, and the extraordinary. Welcome back to our channel, where we dive into the thrilling world of intelligence operations that have remained shrouded in secrecy until now. Number 10, 1950, CAT Airlines Air America. It all began in the aftermath of World War II, as the Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, embarked on a clandestine operation to acquire the assets of an ordinary commercial airline, Civil Air Transport, CAT. But little did the world know that behind the scenes, CAT was destined for something extraordinary. The masterminds behind this operation were none other than General Claire L. Chennault and Whiting Willauer, and their vision would forever change the course of history. Now, this is where the story takes an incredible twist. Even as CAT flew its commercial routes throughout Asia, it was also working undercover as a front for covert intelligence missions. Under the cunning guise of CAT Incorporated, this airline served as a key player in the secret world of espionage. Picture this: unsuspecting passengers booking their tickets for a routine flight, all while a web of classified missions was taking place just beyond the cabin curtains. As the years passed, CAT continued to operate under the radar until it underwent a dramatic transformation. In 1959, it was rebranded as the infamous Air America, a name that would go down in history as the face of covert operations. Despite the new identity, Air America never strayed too far from its commercial roots. So, while the world saw a regular airline behind closed doors, it was so much more. Now let us look behind the curtains at some of the missions undertaken by Air America. From aerial reconnaissance and supply drops in conflict zones to covertly transporting agents and intelligence officers, this airline was the epitome of multitasking. Imagine being a passenger on one of those planes, completely oblivious to the cloak and dagger world taking place in the cargo hold below. As the years rolled on, the clock was ticking for Air America. On June 30th, 1976, after decades of covert operations and commercial flights, the airline was finally dissolved. But its legacy lives on as one of the most intriguing chapters in CIA history. Number 9, 1954, the U-2 spy plane. It's November 25th, 1954, and President Eisenhower gives the green light for the development of the U-2 aircraft. Cue the high-tech music because this was no ordinary plane. The U-2 was designed for one purpose: to soar to altitudes unimaginable for conventional aircraft and conduct secretive reconnaissance missions. Fast forward to June 20th, 1956, and the U-2 takes flight over Eastern Europe for its maiden mission. Imagine the tension and excitement as the aircraft soared like a silent spy through the skies, gathering critical intelligence from unimaginable heights. But that was just the beginning, my friends. A few weeks later, on July 4th, 1956, the U-2 embarks on its daring first mission over the Soviet Union. Think about the audacity of that move. The CIA was testing the boundaries, pushing the envelope, and leaving the Soviets scratching their heads, wondering what just flew over their territory. But as you know, the path to greatness is not without its challenges. On that fateful day, May 1st, 1960, the Soviets managed to shoot down a U-2 flight piloted by the brave Francis Gary Powers over Sverdlovsk. The tension escalates, the stakes skyrocket, and the world watches anxiously. Powers survives the crash, but he is taken into Soviet custody, setting the stage for a real-life spy drama. The U-2's most defining moment was yet to come. Hold on tight, because this mission was about to change the course of history. On October 14, 1962, the CIA executed daring overflights of Cuba. Can you believe it? The U-2 planes flew like shadowy specters, capturing images that would rock the world. What they discovered sent shivers down everyone's spine. Soviet nuclear missiles in Cuba pointed right at the United States. The Cuban Missile Crisis, a face-off between the world's superpowers, unfolded like a Hollywood thriller. From October 15th to October 28th, 1962, the world held its breath. Diplomacy danced on the edge of a knife as the U-2's chilling evidence confirmed the terrifying truth. The world was on the brink of nuclear war. Number 8, 1955, the Berlin Tunnel. In 1955, the world witnessed the birth of Operation Gold, better known as the Berlin Tunnel. The mastermind behind this daring operation was none other than CIA officer Bill Harvey, who teamed up with the brilliant minds of British intelligence, MI6, to create an underground marvel. Imagine this, a tunnel that burrowed its way right under the heart of East Berlin, tapping into Soviet cable lines. The Soviet Union's premier intelligence agency, the KGB, was playing a double game all along. Meet George Blake, the KGB mole cunningly placed inside MI6. This double agent had disclosed information to the Soviets about the secret tunnel during its very planned stages. The KGB decided to let the operation continue, pretending they had no idea about the tunnel's precise location. All the while, they were slyly gathering intelligence on what the CIA and MI6 were up to. Fast forward to April 1956, and the KGB conveniently stumbles upon the tunnel while fixing underground cables. The truth is they knew about it all along, but they played the long game to protect their prized mole, George Blake. Despite the revelation, the Berlin Tunnel mission can still be hailed as a success. The troves of valuable information gathered by the CIA and MI6 during this operation gave them crucial insights into the Soviet Union's plans and activities. Number 7, 1957, Corona. The Cold War, a time when espionage and cloak and dagger operations were the norm. On December 4, 1957, the CIA and the U.S. Air Force embarked on a top-secret endeavor that would revolutionize the world of reconnaissance and intelligence gathering forever. They called it Corona, and it was like nothing the world had ever seen before. Now you may be thinking, wait, wasn't it just another satellite program? Well, my friends, Corona was much more than that. Known to the public as the U.S. Air Force's Discoverer program, this covert mission had a hidden purpose: to capture crucial images over the forbidden territories of Eastern Europe and Asia. Imagine the audacity and the thrill of such a daring feat. The stakes were high, and the pressure was intense. Corona was on a mission to collect over 800,000 images, all in the name of national security during those turbulent times. Imagine having the responsibility to capture the most sensitive and classified information from the heavens above. Here is the kicker. Corona was not your typical satellite, peacefully orbiting the Earth. Oh no! This bird had some unique tricks up its sleeve. It was equipped with innovative imaging reconnaissance technology that could capture detailed photographs of the Earth's surface, even from miles above. Talk about having an eye in the sky. But hold on, my friends. The mission wasn't without its challenges. The operation demanded absolute precision and stealth, as the satellite had to remain hidden from prying eyes and sophisticated adversaries. The skies were unforgiving, and the race against time was on. Picture this: high-stakes covert missions, breathtaking aerial views, and the constant adrenaline rush of obtaining critical intelligence. Corona's success paved the way for modern-day reconnaissance satellites that play a pivotal role in our world today. It's incredible to think how these brave men and women were instrumental in shaping the future of intelligence gathering. But all good things must come to an end. In 1972, after 15 years of covert operations, the Corona project bid its farewell. Yet, its legacy lives on, and the intelligence collected during those times remains a treasure trove for historians and strategists alike. Number 6, 1962, A-12 Oxcart. In the late 1950s, the Cold War was in full swing, and the United States needed a spy plane that could outsmart the Soviet air defenses. Cue the A-12 Oxcart. This baby was designed to be the ultimate spy in the sky, capable of flying at blistering speeds and cruising at unbelievable altitudes. But wait, who built this incredible machine? None other than Lockheed, the same folks behind the legendary U-2 spy plane. They were awarded the Oxcart contract in 1959, and that is when the magic began. Led by the brilliant Clarence Kelly Johnson, the team at Lockheed took on many technical challenges. I'm talking innovative stuff like titanium fabrication, lubricants, jet engines, fuel, navigation, and even radar stealthiness. This was the stuff of spy movie dreams. After all the blood, sweat, and late-night engineering sessions, the A-12 Ox Cart made its official test flight on April 30th, 1962, right in the heart of the mysterious Nevada desert, also known as Groom Lake, or you guessed it, Area 51. Area 51, the motherlode of all conspiracy theories. But let's stay focused, folks. The A-12 Ox Cart was no UFO, but it sure was out of this world. In the years that followed, an elite team of CIA and Lockheed test pilots risked it all, pushing the A-12 to its limits. And boy, did they succeed. By 1965, the A-12 was declared fully operational, reaching an overwhelming sustained speed of Mach 3.2 at a staggering 90,000 feet, about 27.43 kilometers, altitude. Can you imagine the view from up there? The A-12 zipping through the skies, leaving behind a trail of astonishment and jaws dropping below. It was like a spy superhero soaring through the clouds, gathering vital intelligence and outwitting the enemy at every turn. But, my friends, with great power comes great responsibility. The A-12's missions were as dangerous as they were daring. These pilots were true heroes, undertaking perilous flights to keep our nation safe. And of course, as with any top-secret operation, the A-12 Ox Cart remained classified for years. It was not until much later that the world got a glimpse of this extraordinary machine and the incredible minds behind its creation. The A-12 Ox Cart and the brilliant team at Lockheed proved that with determination and innovation, humankind could achieve the impossible, all in the name of national security and protecting what we hold dear. Number 5. 1962, Project Cold Feet. It all began in 1961 when a top-secret Soviet research station was discovered on a floating ice island in the Arctic. The Soviets had left it behind because the ice was breaking apart, making transportation impossible, or so they thought. Fast forward to May 28, 1962, when the CIA decided to take matters into their own hands. They secretly flew in not one, but 2 brave Navy pilots to the Arctic, who daringly parachuted down onto the treacherous ice. Now, they had to retrieve these pilots and the valuable information they gathered. But how? Enter the ingenious solution. The B-17 aircraft, rigged with none other than Robert Fulton's Skyhook. This unique airborne pickup device was like something out of a science fiction movie. It had a nose yoke and a special winch system that would make this daring rescue mission possible. On June 2nd, using Skyhook, the CIA successfully snatched up those brave pilots and the trove of intelligence they collected from that abandoned Soviet station. We are talking about more than 150 pounds of paperwork, samples, and equipment, all left behind by the Soviets. Can you imagine the look on those Soviet faces when they realized the CIA had pulled off the ultimate heist in the Arctic? It must have been priceless. Project Cold Feet stands as a testament to the audacity and innovation of the CIA during the Cold War. It's one of those real-life adventures that sound so crazy, you would think it came straight from the silver screen. Number 3, 1980, Argo. It all started on that fateful day, November 4th, 1979, when militant Islamic students stormed the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, taking 66 U.S. personnel as hostages. But little did they know, 6 brave State Department employees managed to slip away and sought refuge in the Canadian Embassy. Cue the incredible plot twist. The U.S. government, with the support of our friendly neighbors from the North, Canada, hatched a daring plan to rescue these 6 American diplomats. They needed something extraordinary, something no one had ever tried before. Enter a small team of CIA's finest disguise and false documentation experts. They produced a wild idea, a cover so audacious that Hollywood might be envious. You guessed it, a fake film production team. They created Studio 6 Productions and crafted a fictitious film called Argo, a sci-fi thriller set in the heart of Tehran. Now, this was not just a plan on paper. They went all out. They designed storyboards, crafted detailed scripts, and even advertised fake movies in the industry. Talk about commitment. But here is the real kicker. The CIA transformed the Canadian 6 into members of their fake film crew. Picture this. Diplomats turned movie stars. With the setup in place, our daring rescue team was all set to go. They landed in Tehran and posed as legitimate filmmakers, scouting for the perfect locations for their sci-fi blockbuster Argo. But as you can imagine, things were not all smooth sailing. The stakes were incredibly high. Any false move could jeopardize the entire mission and put the lives of these diplomats in peril. At the airport, the team had to keep their nerves in check. One wrong word, and the whole house of cards would come crashing down. Yet, against all odds, on January 28, 1980, they did the unthinkable. The CIA successfully exfiltrated the Canadian Six from Iran, right under the nose of their captors. Talk about a Hollywood-worthy climax. Number 2. 2001. Jawbreaker. It was the aftermath of the devastating September 11, 2001. Terrorist attacks, a dark time in American history. The nation was hungry for justice, and President George W. Bush wasted no time in acting. He ordered the CIA director, the legendary George Tenet, to launch operations against the notorious Al-Qaeda terrorist organization and its Taliban supporters in Afghanistan. The order was clear. The CIA had to collect real-time, actionable intelligence and do whatever it took to target Al-Qaeda. Within an astounding 15 days, about 2 weeks of the attacks on U.S. soil, the first team of American heroes was deployed. And they were not ordinary agents. They were the fearless and relentless CIA officers of Operation Jawbreaker, a small team of highly skilled and determined individuals leaving the comfort of home to venture into the treacherous terrains of Afghanistan. Their mission? Nothing short of monumental. They had to shape the battlefield, disrupt the enemy's plans, and strike fear into the hearts of terrorists. These brave agents were on the front lines, working undercover, gathering intel, and taking risks that most of us cannot even imagine. They had to blend in with the locals, navigate complex tribal dynamics, and outsmart one of the world's most elusive and dangerous enemies. But here is the kicker. Operation Jawbreaker was not about a daring few on the ground. It was part of a massive, intricate, and top-secret operation orchestrated by the CIA. Intelligence agencies, military units, and special forces from around the globe came together like never before to take down the common enemy. The risks were high, the stakes were higher, and the clock was ticking. Failure was not an option. These operatives were fueled by a sense of duty and patriotism that was unwavering. They faced challenges that would break most people, but they endured. They exemplified courage, dedication, and resilience. And as the world watched, they pressed forward inch by inch to achieve their mission objectives. Oh, but that is not all. The intensity of Operation Jawbreaker goes beyond the battleground. Imagine the incredible stories of covert meetings, secret code names, and ingenious spy gadgets that were straight out of a Hollywood blockbuster. Picture this. Briefcases with hidden compartments, micro cameras disguised as buttons, and communications encrypted beyond imagination. James Bond would be jealous. But do not get me wrong. This was not all just high-tech gadgets and action-packed moments. The bravery of the CIA officers and their allies shone even in the darkest hours. Many of these unsung heroes made incredible sacrifices. Some paid the ultimate price, making Operation Jawbreaker a solemn reminder of the cost of freedom and the dedication of those who protect it. Number 1, 2011, Abbottabad Mission. On May 1st, 2011, the world held its breath as a U.S. military raid was executed on an Al-Qaeda compound nestled right here in Abbottabad, Pakistan. Little did we know, this mission had been years in the making, meticulously planned by the CIA with support from intelligence partners across the globe. The level of complexity, thoroughness, and sheer sophistication that went into this operation is truly mind-boggling. They say patience is a virtue, and that could not be truer for the team behind this daring plan. Years of gathering intelligence, tracking leads, and analyzing data all culminated in one fateful night that changed history. On April 29, 2011, President Barack Obama authorized the mission, and from that moment on, a select team of Special Operations Forces were set in motion. Their objective was clear: to carry out a surgical raid, minimizing collateral damage, and ensuring the safety of non-combatants in the compound and the surrounding neighborhood. Picture this. Under the cover of darkness, this small but highly trained team descended upon the compound like ghosts, ready to face whatever awaited them. It was a high-stakes operation with the entire world watching, and they had to get it right. The pressure was unimaginable, but the rewards were enormous. After the dust settled, There he was, Osama bin Laden, positively identified through several independent means. The mastermind behind the 9/11 attacks, responsible for the deaths of thousands of innocent lives, was finally brought to justice. The news spread like wildfire, and the world erupted in a mix of relief, jubilation, and even disbelief. It was a moment that brought a sense of closure to those who had lost loved ones in the horrific events of 9/11. But the Abbottabad mission was more than just the elimination of a high-profile target. It was a testament to the capabilities of intelligence agencies and the dedication of countless individuals working tirelessly behind the scenes. This mission highlighted what can be achieved when countries come together in the pursuit of justice and security. It proved that even the most well-protected individuals could not evade the watchful eyes of those dedicated to protecting innocent lives. And there you have it, folks. The world of espionage is undoubtedly an electrifying and mysterious realm, and the CIA has never shied away from tackling the wildest missions in history. From high-stakes undercover operations to overwhelming technological feats, it's clear that truth can indeed be stranger than fiction. So, before you disappear into the shadows, do not forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more thrilling journeys through history's most enigmatic missions.